You know, my gorgeous Cancerini, I'm going to be completely honest with you. When it comes to the actual 18th of May in particular, what you need to understand that on the 18th of May 2023, my gorgeous Cancerini, you are going to have a really unusual and quite significant and rather amazing life experience. This experience which you are going to have on the 18th of May 2023, it's like going to leave you with absolutely no options but to make certain changes. You are not going to be able to stop thinking about what happened to you and what you actually came across on this particular day. So the next 7 days after that moment in time, you can also at the same time expect within the next 7 days after the 18th of May, you can expect a very powerful and rather unexpected revelation as well. And this powerful and unexpected revelation which you are going to have within the next 7 days after that moment in time, it's gonna be remarkable because of two specific things. This is going on, number one, this amazing, like an unexpected revelation is going to help you to break free, okay, from those things that are holding you down. And number two, this is also going to help you to embrace your uniqueness, my gorgeous Cancerini, as well, because that this moment in time you will be able to reconnect with yourself. And after you reconnect with yourself, you're also going to need to understand that you must not rush with things right now. You just need to understand that May, it's a lot about having this experience and kind of also understanding that you are gonna need just a little bit of pause right now. You're just gonna need to slow down with this. So when it comes to the actual numerology, your number is 333. This is a very powerful number, and it means that you are really literally, this experience is I have to say, literally going to change your life. But at the same time, what you need to understand, it's number 333, especially when it comes to numerology, and especially when it comes to the month of May, and especially when it comes to you, means very strictly that you must not rush with this. So you are gonna have this a really incredible experience. Then within the next 7 days, you are going to have an unexpected revelation, but you are gonna feel so oh my God, I want to hurry up with this, I want to do this right now. No, baby, no. You need to understand when it comes to numerology, because of the number 333, that means that you have to wait for this month to finish, to come to an end, and then, only then, you can take things on the next level. Why is this so important? Let me tell you why is this so important, my gorgeous Cancerini. This is important because this temporary pause is going to be so beneficial for your reflection and insight, and you are going to have an awakening where you are going to see things in a whole new light. And this is why it's important to wait for the month of May to finish, to come to an end, because there is so much that you're going to understand about that specific situation. And if you rush into it, then you are just not going to give to yourself enough time in order to really get the most of it. Just remember that you are really going to have an awakening where you are going to see things in a completely new light, in a completely different light. But for that, I'm afraid you have to naturally and organically wait for the month of May to come to an end, and then you can take this really on the next step. You can really kind of start planning and just start making edits in your life. Naturally, you will realize how things are, most importantly, changing in terms of priorities. But for the love of God, do not rush with this, because I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I'm not saying it's going to be horrible, or that you're going to do something that this is going to turn out to be really negative. No, baby, no. I'm just saying that there are some very mind-blowing things that you're going to realize about yourself, about your life, about the bigger picture, most importantly, about what you are gonna be focusing on. This is ever so important, my gorgeous Cancerini, indeed. And also I have to mention that, you know, you have to understand that this month is also bringing a very, very special person into your life. Someone is about to enter your life. Someone is about to enter your spiritual journey. You know, there is so much that you're actually going to understand about yourself and about your life and about your spirituality through this person. This person who is about to enter your life, it's going to inspire you, and you're going to feel inspired like never before. This is indeed somebody really, really special, but it's also going to be somebody whom you are going to learn so much, you know, about what you want to learn about, and you're going to learn certain things about yourself through that person as well. And this is going to be quite wonderful and rather unique experience, because at the same time, you know, you are going to understand, you know, the power of those people who are meant to be on our spiritual journey, because this person is bringing something very beautiful and very special in your life. This is somebody who is really going to be beneficial for so much that it's to come, because I want to say this because now you are at the beginning of a very special journey, and to have somebody, you are literally going to walk through a rather sacred door right at the beginning of the actual month of May, and to have somebody like coming forward at this moment in time in your life, you know, this person is going to be beneficial for you, like a really kind of understanding so much about yourself on an emotional level as well, and you're going to realize how much you're missing in life. And this is beautiful because it's not necessarily about a business and finances and things like that, but it's more about an inspiration when it comes to your life, when it comes to your spiritual journey. Through that person, you know, you are going to tap into the whole new world of possibilities. There is so much you're going to find out about yourself, and this is absolutely brilliant, my gorgeous Cancerini, indeed. When it comes to the actual like a nutrition and health and things like that, I want to say to you that, like, hallelujah, my vitamins are on a half price sale, so they're ridiculously cheap. Now, you know that my vitamins, if you've been watching my channel, I created my own vitamins, you know, without any nasty chemicals, without any horrible fillers, without any unnecessary ingredients. You know, you go out there and the vitamins and minerals and all these supplements are filled with absolute rubbish, absolute chemicals, which are actually really, really bad for people. So I decided to make my own vitamins, of course, which are made with a highly, highly exceptional ingredients, superb quality ingredients. They're without chemicals, they're without any additives, and they're probably the best you can get for yourself. So that's why I'm just saying that they're on a half price. They're absolute bargain. These quality vitamins you're not going to find for this price whatsoever. So I highly recommend you to take natural vitamin D3, which is going to boost your immune system. It's going to re-energize you, and at the same time it's going to be beneficial for your sensitive bones. And also I highly recommend you zinc picolinate alongside with natural vitamin D3, because that in itself is a superb combination to boost your immune system, but it's also brilliant for skin, hair and nails. So that's natural vitamin D3 and natural zinc picolinate. And the third supplement is organic chlorella, which is high in protein. It's rich in omega-3 essential fatty acids, which our body cannot produce by itself, but it's super essential for like a brain, a memory, concentration levels, like our focus and these type of things. It's absolutely a must. And on top of that, it's brilliant when it comes to detoxifying our body from the dangerous metals. So these are my vitamins. Here is zinc picolinate, here is a natural vitamin D3, and here is organic chlorella. Now, if you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor or GP. Only they can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. And if you would like to buy these vitamins, you can see the description below. So you just click on the name of this video, and then you will see it's gonna expand the actual description, and at the bottom of that description you will see these vitamins. Or you can just simply go on Google Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin vitamins, and you will see my page coming up that way as well. As I said, they're on a half a price sale, ridiculously cheap, so I suppose make the most of it. When it comes to the actual first date that I want you to pay attention to, it's actually going to be on the 1st of May. The 1st of May is going to be really important because, like, in the early hours of the morning, when you wake up, within the early hours of the morning, or maybe you're not gonna sleep all night, my darling, and then you're still going to have this kind of realization within the first early hours in the morning. You're just gonna realize how much you wanna do something. You're just gonna be reminded how much you wanna do something. But before you're reminded how much you wanna do something, you are gonna look at something, you are gonna come across something, and then this is gonna remind you of what you want to do, what you always wanted to do. Now this is a very special message for you, my gorgeous Cancerini, because this is also the actual sign that there are elements of you worrying about doing this, what is going to be on your mind, because you wanted to do this for a while. But you need to understand that this is actually a sacred sign happening at this moment in time, making you aware of the fact that this is actually going to work out really perfectly for you. It's happening on the 1st of May. Just remember, number 1, it's still attached to number 1, which means that you're very strong, which means that you're very determined, and which means that you're really powerful in terms of, like, as soon as you focus on something and as soon as you think about something in a positive way, at that moment in time you're already planting the spiritual seed, and something is already happening. You need to think positively about this, my gorgeous Cancerini. I know this sounds crazy. If you think negatively about this, no baby, no, it's not gonna happen. If you think positively and optimistically about what is going to be on your mind, but this is something that you wanted to do in such a long time, don't slow yourself down. Don't stand in your own way. Don't stand in your own way by thinking negatively about something that means so much to you. You have to understand, for the love of God, you have to understand, my gorgeous Cancerini, that this is happening on the first, number 1, on the 1st of May, for a very special and a very specific reason. There is a reason for it. Your energy will be very strong, much more powerful, but also when it comes to karma and when it comes to you just thinking positively and optimistically about it, you're already giving birth to some kind of creation. You're already planting a really powerful and important spiritual seed. Look, when I'm shuffling these tarot cards, my gorgeous Cancerini, look at this. That's how confident I am about this. Look at this. When I'm shuffling these tarot cards and I'm just thinking about the 1st of May. Where is this actually going to lead to? You see how confident I am about this. You see how confident I am about this. It's going to lead towards a remarkable, brand new, mind-blowing beginning here. There is so much you're going to find out about yourself. I will tell you that one thing is going to lead into another. And this is going to be like, oh my God, you are going to be so proud of yourself for actually doing this and trusting yourself. This is going to make you feel so much more happier, so much more enthusiastic about life. Everything is going to start making sense. And all those things that have been scaring you and making you feel really dark within the last few months, all this is slowly but surely going to disappear. This is the path that you need to follow, because this path is going to lead towards your own happiness. But I don't need to tell you this, because you will know as soon as you think about it. You're all kind of already perked up and things like that. So like, oh my God, you see how confident I was about this, because I just knew it. There's the Fool. It's actually going to come out, or some kind of a rather positive card, which is going to make you aware of the fact that this is going to change your life in the best possible way. When something makes you so optimistic and so enthusiastic, you're healing yourself. You heal so many blockages. It's like, oh my lordy Lord. So this is, of course, that this is going to be quite important indeed. Indeed. The second important date, you know, I like this so much. Oh my goodness. The 2nd of May. I'm so happy for you, my gorgeous Cancerini. On the 2nd of May, you know, this message that you are going to have, it's like, oh my God, so important. You're going to have this message and you are going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to feel so emotional. You're going to feel so overwhelmed. You're going to feel so happy because there is something that you've been like kind of feeling so down about, and something that you've been worried about so much. It's actually, and it almost like brought like depression into your life. It's a lot to do with the moment in time when you've been so disappointed. Something happened within the last year so badly. You've been working on something, or you wanted to do something, you wanted to achieve something, and then boom, 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 something negative happened. It went the wrong way. And this is after that moment in time, you just got like so worried and so worried and so worried. It's just like this took so much from you. Bless your heart. So now you are going to have like a really pretty much so a good news here, and you will know that you don't have to worry about this anymore. And this is to do something with something that was making you feel, as I said, like quite depressed actually. And it also has put you in some kind of stationary position as well when it comes to moving on with your life. But you're only going to realize now on the 2nd of May, within the next few days, how much this actually affected you, because now suddenly you will want to see people, you will want to talk to people, you will want to connect and reconnect with people, but you're also gonna like suddenly have all these ideas about how you want your life to be, and now suddenly you're gonna be asking yourself why you haven't been doing things that you wanted to do for such a long time that you had on your mind, but you will keep on kind of putting them behind for so long. And this is also a great sign that you're spiritually sprouting, my gorgeous Cancerini. So you're growing, you're evolving, you're moving towards the right direction, and it's all this is entirely up to you after this moment in time. And it's always up to you, of course, but you will see why am I saying this. And also on the 2nd of May, you know, so you are going to feel so happy and so emotional and so overwhelmed, and now that is really going to reflect on your personal security, on your personal power. You're going to start feeling very powerful, and that in itself, it's also like kind of going to almost immediately highlight some kind of a skill of yours, but something that you're really passionate about, that you actually need to take now on the next level on your spiritual journey. So almost immediately in between the 2nd of May and the 7th of May, some kind of a skill, that something that you're really good at, something that you're really passionate about, also it's going to be highlighted, you know, because in such a way where you will understand, my God, this makes me feel alive, this makes me feel good, this makes me feel different, this makes me feel like I'm achieving something amazing. Do you know what I mean? So this is going to be highlighted by the 7th of May through your skill, exactly what you should do. This is going to resolve so much of a chaos and confusion that you've been in your life, but also at the same time it's actually going to lead towards a mind-blowing victory. Already by the end of July, you are going to be able to have a really big victory, not only a victory but also like a mental clarity. The victory and mental clarity, because of this, it's actually going to happen already by the end of July, and then and there you will be able to understand and realize how much your quality of life it's actually changing. And it's only changing because you decided to make this adjustment here, but the adjustment is going to come in such a form where you put your skill and passion as a number one. I'm not saying to do something ludicrous, but just to understand that it's to do with the priorities, okay? The priorities that you need to pay attention to indeed. Another thing I was going to recommend you, my gorgeous Cancerini, it's absolutely mind-blowing. Look at this beautiful Nephrit jade. Absolutely gorgeous. Nephrid jade is brilliant because it's fantastic when it comes to basically energy. It re-energizes you immediately. It attracts a good luck. It attracts good luck when it comes to us doing things in general, but also when it comes to our finances, when it comes to us working on a certain projects, whatever they are, this will indeed attract a good luck. But it's also brilliant to attract finances, and it's also brilliant to attract like a good work and the good jobs, you know, to come our ways as well. It is indeed a good like crystal, nephrid jade. And also at the same time, nephrid jade is so important because it keeps the body safe from the damaging effects of external sources, and at the same time it brings strength and healing to immune system as well. This is such a brilliant crystal. Just remember, it brings a good luck. And also when you're working on something important, your subconscious, this works really brilliantly with your subconscious mind. So when you're working on something really important, you have all these ideas that you wouldn't normally have, but at the same time it's like kind of pushes you forward, you know, in terms of like a bringing you balance at the time when you're like, oh, I'm not too sure, you know, just really you're able to cut through, you know, with this pendant, because it really kind of keeps you on the ground, but at the same time it helps you to elevate yourself so much, where you understand other things that are so important that you've been maybe neglecting a little bit as well. So this is an amazing balance that I'm talking about here. It's called nephrid jade, and it comes with a gorgeous sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. The second important date, my gorgeous Cancerini, is going to be on the actual 10th of May. On the 10th of May, you're actually going to, the 10th of May, it's going to be very unusual and very bizarre, because on the 10th of May, you know, you need to understand that, you know, by paying attention to synchronicity, this is going to sound weird, I know, but by paying attention to the actual synchronicities on the 10th of May, you will know which bad habits, which, you know, which negative and bad habits do you need to break. Do you get me? So on the 10th of May, by paying attention to the actual synchronicities, you will know which negative habits you need to break. Okay, this is very important because it's going to give you a chance to not only to break the negative habits, but also at the same time to heal yourself so quickly, you know, like, oh my God. The next important date is gonna be on the 11th of May. It's like 11th of May, it's gonna be remarkable because on the 11th of May, something magical, like super magical, it's actually going to happen, like completely unplanned, completely out of blue. You are really gonna become aware of this like mind-blowing potential. You are going to become aware of this mind-blowing potential, and that it's going to make you feel so happy. And how you're going to become aware of this mind-blowing potential, you are going to remember for some kind of unfinished business or something that you've been working on or something that you forgot about. Somehow you're just going to remember this. Something that you've been working on or something that you've been even thinking about so intensely. It's very difficult to say exactly what this is, but this is how you're gonna kind of be reminded of this unfinished business, and at that moment in time you're gonna become aware of like so much of like potential, and this is gonna be so amazing to you because you are gonna feel absolutely delighted. You are gonna feel so happy, and you're gonna be like, why didn't I realize this before? How come I didn't notice this before? No, baby, no. You are meant to notice it now, because this time in between, you needed to learn certain things in order to have the understanding, the level of understanding you're having now. Because now you're looking at things with a completely different eyes. And that's the whole point, my gorgeous Cancerini, indeed. The next important date is going to be on the 15th of May. It's like, listen, this is such a good month. Like, I don't even know what to say. Cancerini, this month is going to be brilliant. Like, you are like being reborn. Like, honestly, you're like being reborn, seriously. Like, it's going to feel like a rebirth. On the 15th of May, this is really going to be brilliant, because some kind of wish, some kind of wish, you're going to realize is coming true. And that is going to, like, slowly but surely, some kind of a wish is coming true. And that in itself is like going to mean to you so much. You are going to feel like you want to literally celebrate. Because it's not only about a wish coming true, but it's also about a really annoying, very, very kind of big problem as well. You will know what to do about it at the same time. It's about an important conclusion. So now this is going to really make you aware of. And now suddenly you are going to feel very adamant and very keen to explore something, to learn something. You will see by the end of the day, on the 15th of May, you are going to feel such a strong urge to kind of explore something very, very specific. But this is a lot to do with your spirituality. It's a lot to do about you exploring yourself, and it's a lot to do with you realizing that you are going to need to make a really, really important decision as well, which is going to put you in like a kind of a stage of the actual contemplation. But then because you are going to be thinking about a certain choices here, but what you need to understand by the end, I'm going to make it very simple, not that I need to make it simple for you, don't get offended, you know what I mean, but by the end of the day, on the 15th of May, you are going to really be contemplating so much, like, oh my God, you're going to be thinking, do I do this or do I do that, or do I do this and do I do that? You have to be honest with yourself. You have to be, it doesn't matter what's going on. It doesn't matter what's happening in your life. It doesn't matter how long these journeys are going to take. It doesn't matter. When it comes to you contemplating, or at around the end of the day on the 15th of May, you just need to remember you need to do what is going to make you feel completely happy, completely ecstatic, completely optimistic when it comes to your life. Do not cut the corners. This life is too precious and is yours to live, my gorgeous Cancerini. Just remember this. This is so, so, so important. And also, when it comes to the actual 25th and the 26th of May, somebody like kind of so close to you and somebody who's like your friend or family member are going to kind of point something out to you, and they're going to tell you to be careful about something, and you are almost going to be like, oh, don't be ridiculous to them. No, don't do that, because this is something that you really need to kind of like just think about it a little bit, and almost as if you're going to find this ludicrous, but then later on, when it comes to the actual June, at around the mid-June, you will see that person was right. So that person is going to warn you about something that you're going to pay attention to be careful about, that you're going to find ridiculous. But then at around the mid-June, this is already going to be proven what this person was trying to warn you about. You need to be smart, you need to be clever, and you need to tune in. You need to follow your intuition, because you will see when you find ridiculous what that person is going to tell you, if you just stand back just for a second or two, you will be able to feel your inner spirit, your spirit and your soul are going to be like, ooh, no, 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 bubbling. They're going to be bubbling inside. So this is why you just need to kind of like really don't think about this in a ridiculous way, because it is going to be quite serious actually. And also another thing, I was going to recommend you my gorgeous Cancerini. This is absolutely gorgeous. Check this out. How beautiful is this? How gorgeous is this pendant? And this is called Orange Seam Agate. This instantly gives you energy. It instantly makes you really sharp in your head. It makes you like you want to talk. It makes you like you want to communicate. It makes you like you want to express yourself. It makes you like you want to come out of yourself. It makes you like kind of talk, but at the same time you're like really surprised with yourself where all these things are coming from. Haha, there is a special reason for it. This in itself works absolutely perfectly with our third psychic eye indeed. So this is why it's like kind of as soon as you wear this, you feel very smart, very sharp, very clever. Already when you feel like that, you're tapping into this energy, you're tapping into this dimension. So whatever you say sounds differently when you actually wear this. Not that only sounds differently to other people, but at the same time you feel ridiculously courageous, ridiculously powerful. It brings you courage at the time when you would be like, oh my God, because it promotes emotional stability, and it also like kind of at the same time it soothes the actual and calms the aura as well. It's absolutely mind-blowing indeed when you want to impress someone, or when you just need confidence and courage. You just achieve so much while you're actually wearing this, especially when you're working like on important things, whether these are to do with your personal life or whether this is to do with like a business and finances. It doesn't matter. Everything is so much better when it comes to orange seam agate when you wear it. So this beautiful pendant comes with sterling silver chain, and I highly recommend you to wear this throughout May, June, July, and even August, or every time when you need a bit of a pick up, okay, pick me up type of thing. So if you would like to buy this pendant, the link is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. The last important date, my gorgeous Cancerini, it's actually going to be on the 28th of May. On the 28th of May, you have to be very, very careful here, because it is to do with some kind of like a temptation. It's to do with some kind of temptation, and I don't like this whatsoever. And someone is going to be around you, and someone is going to be pressurizing you to do something, and you will know that something is not right. On one hand, someone is going to pressurize you to do something, but then on another hand, you will know, you will feel like, oh my God, I want to do this so much, but then on another hand, something within will be again telling you, no baby, no, be careful. Something within you will be telling you that something is like kind of not right here. Something is too good to be true. As simple as that. So please, for the love of God, just try to avoid this temptation. This is only the actual temptation. This is so important for you to avoid, my gorgeous Cancerini. Indeed, please do remember this, and I will show you. When it comes to this temptation, look, when it comes to this temptation on the 28th of May. So you need to be strong, you need to be clever. You see, when it comes to this temptation, you're already gonna feel like maybe defensive about something anyway. Something is just not going to feel right whatsoever. But at the same time, in between the 28th and the end of that month, this is what I really like. This is your spiritual reward. Please be smart. Please be clever. Don't ignore that voice within, okay? Even little kid is saying, oh, absolutely right, my darling. Yeah, don't ignore, no, seriously, don't ignore this, okay? Because it's to do with the temptation. And then, you know, because if you go for it, you're only going to slow yourself down. If you go for this temptation, very soon after, you're going to be very disappointed. But if you don't go for this temptation, there is a very beautiful spiritual reward which you're actually going to have. And this is the big mama I'm talking about. So don't go for this temptation. No, baby, no. So it's the stage and the period in between the 28th of May and the end of that month. I need you to pay attention to, because in between the 28th of May and it's a few days, and the end of that, in between the 28th of May and the end of that month, you know, it's like a basically in between the 28th of May and the end of that month, you know, you are really going to have such an amazing opportunity, like incredible opportunity. And at around that time when you have this opportunity, there is also going to be such a good omen and such a good sign that you will know you're on the right path, you're doing the right thing. So this is what you need to pay attention to. And that opportunity in between the 28th of May and the end of that month wouldn't happen and wouldn't manifest if you go for this temptation. Because if you go for this temptation, that means that you're ignoring your spirit, you're ignoring your soul, and then there is no reward, my darling. But if you ignore this, there is going to be an amazing reward. This opportunity that you are going to have, it's bringing rather important prospects into your life when you need them the most. Trust me. So now, my gorgeous Cancerini, I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you in relationship. Now, those of you in a relationship, you just kind of need to, oh my God, you really need to sort this problem out. There is some kind of a burden that you have both been dealing with, okay? You have been there is this burden that you've been dealing with, but then you kind of forgot about it. You left it in the past. So this problem, this burden is going to bounce back in May, and you are going to have a serious conversation, and like you are going to have a bit of an argument, you know, and that argument is going to remind you, that argument is going to kind of be about this burden that it was in your lives for so long. And that burden, you know, you should have been dealing with, but you've kind of left it behind. So now, because of that burden, you have been neglecting things in life that you shouldn't have been neglecting. So this is so important, especially at around the 20th and the 21st of May. This is going to be absolutely obvious here. On the 20th and the 21st of May, you're also going to have a really amazing opportunity to actually do something about that burden. And how you can do something about that burden? Well, let me tell you, through your own creativity. Creativity is way out of that burden. Just remember, the way out of that situation, the way to deal with that burden is for both of you to be creative, the more creative about something, okay? And that in itself is naturally going to bring that burden to the end. So it's almost like, that burden, it's like a lot to do with you, both of you, maybe like avoiding like a certain responsibility because you didn't want to think about it, but you just have to nip in the bud, you know what I mean? You have to do something about it right now. And this in itself is going to be ever so important for both of you indeed. When it comes to those of you who are single and ready to mingle, my gorgeous Cancerini, this is like, you know, it's like something was affecting you, you know, so much, like when it comes to relationships and when it comes to you being ready, because there was this kind of problem that you've been dealing with. There was something to do with the justice. Also, maybe you're waiting for somebody to decide something for you, and you know that you are going to have a really good news, especially when it comes to the actual 18th and the 19th of May. You are going to have a brilliant news when it comes to the 18th and the 19th of May, and that brilliant brilliant news that you are going to have. It's like kind of, oh my God, thank God. This is going to be brilliant. But for some reason, that news to do with the justice was really affecting your life, affecting your personal life or your private life. So that in itself, something really negative, it's actually going to come to an end. But that in itself means that you are going to become aware of like this very interesting opportunity. And this interesting opportunity that you are going to become aware of, it's not only about you becoming aware of this opportunity, but you feeling very strong connection to suddenly go somewhere and kind of do something that you normally do, or going somewhere that you normally don't go, and now you're just going to feel completely out of the blue. And all this is going to come to you completely out of the blue, and all this is going to lead towards you like doing something completely out of character. And this is brilliant because at that moment in time you're actually going to have this very kind of significant experience, which is going to only now make you aware of how much are you missing, maybe, you know, a bit of a fun in your life. And only now you're going to realize that you are kind of getting very much so ready in order to let someone in. But then at the same time, my gorgeous Cancerini, it's like a basically, you know, at the same time there is, you know, someone really special who is actually going to enter your spiritual journey by the end of May. And even if that person doesn't enter your spiritual journey by the end of May, somebody really beautiful, it's going to happen by the end of July 2023. So it's really to do, it's to do with like a May, June and July. These 3 months are like, oh my God, remarkable. But then again, when it comes to like someone new stepping into your life, but it's also, these 3 months are also remarkable when it comes to you finally starting to have fun, you finally enjoying yourself. Because now in May, this is all going to start in May, you're going to start meeting new people, you're going to start loving your life, you're going to start enjoying yourself. So it's all about you loving the fact that you are getting noticed by the people who are like absolutely gorgeous, and this is going to mean to you so much. So it's not all about, oh yeah, being serious and letting somebody into your life, but it's also a lot about having some fun, my gorgeous Cancerini. This is absolutely ever so necessary when it comes to us enjoying ourselves, but also realizing how we are moving on, you know, with times, how we change, you know, how people who we like and fancy change. You know, you're going to realize that you are changing, but you're also going to realize that you're starting to fancy and like a new type, for example. And this is when new type of a person, and this is where things are going to start becoming very, very playful and very interesting for you indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Cancerini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye